Hey everyone, welcome to episode 4 of the Tech is Hard podcast.
Today we have a guest on the show, author of the book Like, Comment, Share and Buy.
Also, we're talking about some new tech that we just bought,
I give Danny some advice on home automation.
plus our tips of the week and much more. So let's get to it. All right, episode 4 of the Tech is Hard podcast. We are here for you. We're just two normal dudes just living it up. We wanted to have a podcast. We're like, hey, we know some things, but also we just want to talk about things, and we want to be here to ramble on. And I think this would be perfect if you are looking for some people to listen to on your morning commute. Maybe you're a truck driver like Xander or something like that, and you just want to listen to some people talk for a little while. That's why we're here, I think, at the moment. But what do you think, Xander? You think this is
Yeah,
this is what
definitely.
we're about?
Definitely. We've had a lot of views, so I think people are listening. So yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it is. It's doing really, really well. I'm pumped. So, but I just wanted to say this is Tech is Hard podcast and episode 4, and you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple. I actually checked this out. We're on Google. I didn't realize there's a Google podcast.
There is, yeah.
It's actually pretty easy. You know, like the buttons at the top of Google where you can like select YouTube and all that stuff. There's podcast there, and we're down there. And we're also on Instagram under Tech is Hard podcast, which eventually, I think we're doing it now, but we can check it out. We're transforming ourselves into adding some kind of cool content on Instagram as we go.
Yep.
And we're also on TikTok.
We are.
And we have one video on TikTok. Did you see it?
I haven't seen it yet. No, I've got to log in. You got to give me the details.
Well, you can check it out.
I
on
can
your,
check
you
it
can
from
find
mine.
it.
Yeah, I'll do that way.
Yes, it's the where I say Frozen from Name That Tune. And
Oh,
screw it
okay.
up, and
All
it's
right.
really funny. And I slow it down, and it's so awkward. Yeah, so that was a thing that happened this week.
Yep.
Name That Tune. I was on this TV show. It was big, man. It was, you know, when it's your birthday and you have people messaging you all day.
Yeah.
And you have to write back to everything. It was like that, like full on.
It is awesome.
I was so busy like that took up 2 days of my life just responding to people, and
I watched
it was very cool. Now listen, did you watch it?
Yeah,
Did you watch it?
Yeah, it's good. I gotta
It's
say,
a bit embarrassing.
I
but
gotta say,
yeah.
the show was very American. Coming
Very
from
American,
like
yeah.
a British person's point of view, it's extremely American. But it was a lot of fun to watch you on the telly, dude. Really good.
Yeah, well, listen, I'm going to save this for episode 11. We're going to talk. It's a live stream, and I want to tell you the story behind it all, kind of what it was like and certain things. And we can even look at some of the clips and things like that. So
I'm
that's going
excited
to
to hear
happen
about it.
on episode 11. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Episode 11 is going to be our live stream and last one of the season. We do 4 seasons in a year, just like Mother Nature.
Worked out
And
perfectly.
we worked that out today. We were like, do you realize if we do 11 episodes and then 2 episodes off or 2 weeks off, that's 13 weeks. So did you know that there's 13 weeks?
That's
you know
bang
what I-
on 52
yeah.
weeks. It works out perfect.
52 weeks, yes. The math, we checked it out. So we will be doing that as well as giveaways, which is cool.
Massive giveaway coming up.
Yeah. I feel like giveaways are going to be great for me because I have too much stuff that I don't use, and I would love to be able to give it away on my own channel. I feel like I can't give it away to people that need it, so I feel like it's going to be great for people to come here. We'll let you know probably next episode. We'll get more into the details of how you can win, but make sure you subscribe. That's definitely a thing you have to do. But yeah, what are you giving away?
I was just looking through all my stuff. I was having a little bit of a tidy up yesterday. I've just got so much stuff that I forgot that I had. So, and stuff that I'm never going to use. So, I've just got, there's loads of phone cases, for instance. I'm never going to use all the 1,500 of them I've got over there. So I'll give away some phone cases. We've got some lights. We've got I've even got some headphones, but we'll see. I've got loads
Calm down.
Loads of stuff
your
to
time.
give away.
Take your time. Take your time. Yeah, we're too excited. No, this channel's growing like great. This podcast is growing like tremendously. So I really appreciate everybody that's been here and giving
thanks,
the thumbs up and good ratings on all the popular podcasts and stuff like that. So you guys are awesome. Today on the show, we do have a guest, the author of this book right here, Jonathan Creek. He's going to be talking with us later on. But we do like to look back on the last episode and have a little bit of a recap and even, look at some of the comments and stuff like that. So let's, we don't have a thing for that.
We haven't got a stinger for that.
There will be.
Great. We got some good comments though. RP Video Watch said, came over from Danny's channel. This is cool to watch more behind the scenes of your channels.
Thanks RP Video Watch.
We talk.
That's awesome.
We had a bit of a creative therapy last week where we're talking a little bit about what we do, the struggles we have as well with making YouTube videos, and so people. I mean, it's nice to get to know us a bit more like that, from how the struggles we do and the stuff that goes on behind the scenes, I suppose. So that's good.
Absolutely. You got more?
Yeah, we got Mystery Exchange. I have noticed outdoorsy type review videos or just outdoor explores get a lot more views. That's interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah. Huh. Okay.
So
and
maybe we should
Jonathan
start
Creek
reviewing stuff outside rather than in the studio.
No, I don't like that. I like to stay inside. It's nice. I control it better. Nah. And Jonathan Creek was the last comment on that one. Last one we'll read. Top comment. We're only reading the top comments.
Oh, okay.
I think the issue is a lot of people who can't engage or keep an audience engaged, and regular video also can't achieve it on live streams, where it's actually harder.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's true. And we'll ask him more about that today.
Definitely.
Dive deeper into that. One other comment I wanted to bring up, because we talked about this on the last episode. A guy named Gord, he wrote, no video of the tech, no pics, no links. We talked about this, and he went on, and I commented back a nice comment, and he wrote back and said, hey, fair enough. Thanks for getting back. I think even just links to something would have made me a little bit less agitated. Good luck with the project. I'll sub for now and see how it goes.
Yep.
So maybe that's just something we have to do, Xander, is make sure we throw the links of what we're talking about.
That was my fault. I'll take full
we're still
responsibility for that.
we're still learning. We're still growing. It's all good.
Awesome.
So there we go. That was a fun time. Man, I've missed this. We do this weekly. So it's like I kind of want to do this more because I actually enjoy this. Yeah,
Like
it's more fun than real work.
Like we said last week, it is literally creative therapy for us. Well, we talk about all the new tech news, and we'll be talking about the new Sony camera in just a little bit that's been released. So there's lots of stuff every week that happens in the tech world, but along with that, it's good to get stuff off our chest because we've got so much to offer and so much advice to give you guys as well. So
and I think that we also want to talk about before we get to like tech that just got released. We want to bring up tech that we bought over the week. Since last week. Like, what tech have you bought recently?
That's a big one. This is a big one this week because we've been talking about it for a while, and I've been putting off buying it for a long time. But I actually did pick up the GoPro 9 this week.
That's awesome.
So we've got this set up with all the Alanzi kit that I actually bought, and Alanzi didn't send me for free. I had to buy it. I had to buy it myself. But yeah, the GoPro 9, it looks awesome. I got the Max Lens mod to go with it as well because, well, you sold that to me. You and Scott Davies told me about that as well. And the moment I saw that clip of Whiskey, your dog, shaking with the camera on her back and it didn't move, I was like, I'm getting it. I was sold.
Yeah. That video actually comes out by the time this is out. It'll be out.
Cool.
But I was working on it today. It's one of those things when you work on stuff and like you're trying to get it done. You have like a time. You're like, gotta get it done by this time.
Yeah.
And then you just run out of time, and you're like, crap. And
I took a page out of Scott Davis's book this week. I've actually filmed probably.
Oh, Scott Davies has a book too.
Does he?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were being serious. See, I'm just far too gullible when it comes to jokes like that. You know that. What was I saying? I filmed like 5 videos over the last few days, and I've only edited one. I recorded, I walked away, and just let it stew for a little bit. And so I've got some work to do to catch up, but that's what I did this week.
That's right. Scott Davies was our guest the last time we had a guest, and Gina Walters is going to be our next guest. We also have good old Mark Ensby is going to be joining us as a guest coming up, and that's going to be a very, very fun conversation. You'll see why. But yeah, you know what I bought? I bought a black background.
Yep.
because I wanted to, I turned this little area of my studio into this like product shot. By the way, I got an air conditioning in here. I don't know if you can hear it.
Nope.
It's quiet. It feels so good. I'm not sweating anymore.
I've got you
I think
logo.
if you watch those other podcasts, you see me like moving and stuff like that because I'm like getting sweaty
So
and
hot.
it's like, getting stuck on your shirt. So you're trying to like do this. And that's why I look so uncomfortable.
See, I've got the totally opposite problem. I've had to go and make myself a hot drink. I've got the heater on because it's like -2 in the UK. So
Yeah.
count yourself
and-
lucky,
Yeah. What is it in your office? Like, what's the temperature there?
I don't know. I should get a thermometer in here and like do a recording every time we film an episode.
have
It's
it
probably
just right
about
back there
6
behind you.
degrees in here or something ridiculous, but it's not too bad.
That's awesome. I also bought a clip for your like GoPro, like that goes on a backpack. Like
Oh.
it goes on a back, like not
Yep.
just your GoPro, but you can do a camera as well. But
The
like
Peak Design?
it's perfect for that. What? I got it on Amazon.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not sure exactly what it is. I'll make a video of it, I'm sure. I think that's going to be really cool, though. I've always thought that's something I needed, especially like if you're on a scooter or something.
Yep.
And then you could just have it on your backpack there instead of having to hold it in different spots.
I did a
So-
video a few weeks ago about that. I've got the Peak Design Actually, they make a GoPro clip that fits in that clip on your backpack for the POV
Oh, yeah.
photography. So yeah,
Sick.
really good.
Man, lots of videos. It's good to be a tech reviewer right now. I feel
there's
like
so much stuff going
it's
on.
just so much stuff happening, and I have so many reviews to make, and it's very cool.
Yeah.
Once I feel like I'm very happy with my channel. As soon as I niched down and I was like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
It's just this weight has been lifted off of me of trying to like please everyone, and it's
Yep.
just like this is my goal right here.
Definitely.
And yeah,
Just upload. I feel like the
Yeah.
right thing we're doing at the moment is just making videos, not for the people that already subscribe, but I'm aiming for new subscribers. So I'm trying to. That's one thing I have to remember all the time. Make videos for people that haven't seen you before.
Yeah, because you're just a baby in the YouTube game,
Yeah,
and
tiny.
there's so many people that haven't seen you, and same with me, and that's how I am exactly. Like I don't feel worried about asking people to subscribe. If you don't do it, you might not. People won't think about it.
Yeah.
So that's the important part. Now my music channel is suffering right now, and I feel like now that I've got my air conditioning, I can record more songs and do stuff like that. But
Yep.
after like a week, like literally this week, I had 5 gigs,
Right.
4 over the weekend.
That's good though.
And
You're
then
working
one on
though.
Tuesday.
It's good.
I'm working, but it's like my fingers. If you could see my
Sore.
fingers are just like like that last gig today. I was like finishing. I was like looping stuff just so I didn't have to play.
Yeah.
Because I was just like so tired and out of it, and I'm like, I was gonna record music tomorrow, and then I'm like, I just need to recover. So now
Yeah,
that's
right.
the really trick is balancing that, having all these gigs to recording the songs and stuff like that. So anyway.
Yeah, you don't think
New
about
tech.
You don't think of it that way. You think of it of being something that like a dream job almost for somebody that doesn't do it. But anything that you do repetitively actually drains you, doesn't it?
This is like, we're back in the creative therapy thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you're right. And it is that way. Like my job's awesome.
Yeah.
But man, it is soul crushing sometimes playing some of these gigs where you just kind of background music, and then but there's like 2 people that are really actively watching.
Yeah.
So you can't just
Switch
like
off.
muddle around.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then muddle, did I make, is that a, I don't
think
know.
it is. That's a
Maybe
word,
that's
that's
an
a word.
English phrase. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it'll get better. I think that what I really miss most is the cruise ships, and I think that I was telling my wife this earlier today. I was like, usually in our lives we have these opportunities to go on these awesome vacations, like
Yeah.
we work or do something that doesn't feel like work. We get away, and we haven't done that in a long time, and I think
no.
it's kind of taking its toll. So now
It
I'm
definitely
like,
does. Yeah.
yeah, I was like, we need to plan a vacation soon, so we can at least look forward to something. And when we go, just don't. It's not about Instagram or anything
Yeah.
like that. It's just
Definitely just switch off and like, lose yourself. We've actually booked off sort of 3 weeks over Christmas next year, like coming up this year, with the
so
hope.
far away.
I know, but with the hope of having something to look forward to, like a vacation to go
that's
away.
so sad.
So
That's so
yeah,
sad.
it's tough. It does. I mean, this time for everybody is just taking its toll. Everybody wants something to look forward to. Even just going out with your friends to have a meal, it's just not happening at the moment, and it hasn't happened for a year. So
I wish you could come out here to Australia.
I know, dude.
It's like it feels like normal. Like it's here. It feels normal, but it's weird to watch the rest of the world be like locked
Yeah.
down and crazy. And it's mind blowing. Like I don't understand how.
Yeah,
how
we're
it
still
works
locked
this way.
down for another 5 weeks. So it's still.
Do you ever watch? Do you watch Viva Fry?
I mean, I'm subscribed, but it's don't.
He's been doing these quarantine vlogs, like these. He goes out on the street. It's like they have curfew. They have curfew in Quebec at like 8 o'clock. You can't go out unless you have to walk your dog or you're an emergency situation.
That's
or
another level.
Whatever. It's another level. But so he goes out and walks his dog.
Yeah.
And he does this video talking about how it's like stupid and
Yeah.
started out. It was like, this is so funny that they did this, and then like after a week, he's like, this is messed up.
It
Like,
does, yeah.
this
It
is really
takes its
messed
toll on everybody mentally. It's hard, and that's just ridiculous, isn't it? But
up. Yeah.
we'll
We'll have to get him on the show.
Crazy times.
Yeah. We'll get him on the podcast eventually.
Definitely, I like Viva Fry. He's a good guy.
Yeah. All right. So new tech
Yep.
came out. We wanted to talk about. So Sony came out with the A1,
Yeah.
which looks good. I was like, I watched that video and I was like, Xander, this would have been you if you wouldn't have gone the R6. It's like the
No.
amazing photography camera.
Sony, I mean, the Sony A1's is probably one of those cameras that none of us are ever going to own because it's ridiculously expensive. It's a bit out of my skill level and price range, but
Yeah.
nevertheless, it just shows where cameras are at the moment. It's how good they can make them. I think we touched on it a little bit last week. I wanted to talk. I'm going to make a video on how the cameras on smartphones are pushing the level of camera technology, because I mean, this new camera, it can shoot 30 frames per second for like 3,000 shots. So it's ridiculous all in one go. That's a bit of exaggeration, but it can shoot 30 frames per second, and that's the fastest sort of frames per second of any camera on the market at the moment. So
Dude.
for sports photography, professional people who use cameras, it's like game changing for them.
Yeah. That's exactly who I think that's going to be for.
Yeah, it's a professional camera.
Yeah. Yeah. And actually, talking about phones, Sony came out with a new phone.
Yeah,
It's also one of those, like, I don't know who is for,
I don't
except
know,
for maybe someone down in the sports field that needs to like send the video or the pictures like right away to.
They were talking about this. Basically, all new stadiums in America are getting fitted with 5G. So this phone would allow you to send all your photos, like up to 2 gigabytes per second, 5G speeds.
Yeah.
And so basically, you could connect the phone to the camera using the new Sony A1 and the new Sony professional camera. Take your photos and send them instantly anywhere around the world with the 5G. That's crazy.
That's the thing that, remember, like back in maybe 2017 or 2018 when we were starting to live stream more, that was like the idea is like, how do you get like the big camera look, and live stream on the go without, having all this crazy stuff? That would be it, really.
Yeah. Well, that is basically, it's the actual technology has caught up. So the technology, you could theoretically do one of these IRL streams using 5G, using your phone, the Sony phone, as a monitor for your camera, and live streaming at the same time, like with zero latency with these speeds. The only problem is that the 5G just isn't at the level now. The coverage for the 5G
it will.
isn't there yet, but I think we're probably another 2 or 3 years away from the whole planet. Well, when Elon Musk gets these Starlink satellites sorted, we'll all have 5G. But yeah, the technology's there. It's just the actual coverage of the 5G that hasn't caught up yet.
Yeah, and guess what, guys? What we just talked about, we're going to put links to that down in the description.
Yeah, go and check it
out.
So
make sure you go check. Just for Gord, links for Gord.
Yeah,
we're here with you, and yeah, I think that we're gonna take a break because there's also our sponsors. We gotta get paid somehow. Gotta get paid somehow. So those links will be down in the description as well. So let's take a break. We're gonna come back with Jonathan Creek, the author of Like, Comment, Share, and Buy. It's gonna be really fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Commercial break.
Advert from the truck today because, well, I forgot to film it. If you want to make your live stream or Zoom calls look super professional, you need to use a DSLR or mirrorless camera linked to your computer via a capture card. Now, capture cards can be very expensive. The Elgato one is really good, but it's sort of upwards of £120. $200 dues, but we've found a great option, a really cheap option on Amazon. We will link it in the description down below. Every one of us is using it at the moment, including Creaky for this stream and this podcast, so go and check his picture out. That is proof in the pudding. Really good quality for the price, and yeah, it saves you a little bit of money if you want to make your Zoom or live streams look really professional using a camera. Check it out. Anyway, back to the podcast.
All right, we're back from our commercial break. That was Xander talking about his cool little capture card, cheap HDMI capture card.
Yeah, brilliant for
cool.
the price, for how much it is.
It is
crazy.
Dude, I have 3 of them.
Crazy
I have
quality.
3 of them.
Yeah, I've got.
I don't really use them. But
I actually got
wanna use
sent
them.
3 from whoever, one of the people that make those, and they're just sitting in a box. I didn't do a video because I did a video, but yeah, great.
You have more. You know what you should do? I want you to do it and open the thing and see what's inside that to see what makes it do it, because there's got to be something super cheap.
On the live stream, the 11th episode, I'll give one of those away to somebody as well.
I thought you were going to open it up on the live stream.
No, we'll give away. We'll do a giveaway.
Okay, that's cool. Well, our next guest is no stranger to the cheap capture card, because I think he bought it from Xander's Word as well.
Yeah.
So we're going to bring him out, author of the book Like, Comment, Share, and Buy. Jonathan Creek,
How you
welcome
doing?
to the show.
Thank
Tech
you,
is
guys.
hard.
Tech is hard.
First time on the Tech is Hard. First time on the show. Not a stranger to the past shows that we've had on various channels and different things, fun things.
Yeah,
we're all friends. But I just
dial up
want-
a guest. That's me. Dial a guest.
That's right. That's how we're doing it. But not just a guest, dude. You wrote a freaking
Yeah.
book. You wrote a book and got it published, and that's really cool. I have my copy.
I've just
Xander-
ordered mine.
Did you really?
Yep.
But it's not going to be autographed.
$15.95 on Amazon
Whoa.
UK at the moment. There's only 2 copies left actually as well.
Well, that's
So,
cool because
get in there
Yeah,
quick.
look at that. Signed by
Oh,
Creek.
that's really
Nice.
interesting because
Himself.
I know they had more than 10. So
Two,
So now
it
there's
says
only 2
2
left.
left in stock.
I'm
I've just
thinking,
checked.
I'm
So,
starting to think that because my name is Jonathan Creek, and in the UK, for those who don't know, there's a TV show on the BBC
There is,
called
yeah.
Jonathan
Oh.
Creek,
Yeah.
and I wonder if all these people are on
Yeah.
Amazon thinking that there's a guy who lives in a windmill that solves murder mysteries with magic. Has written a book, and they're all
He's
buying
wrote
it,
a
and
book about-
they're getting this, and they're having
Maybe.
the worst day of their lives when they open it, and they go, "Whoa, what's this?"
Well, dude, I'm very proud of you to do this. This is cool. We'll talk a lot more about the process. If you're new here, people that are listening and watching, we do like a nice little 15-minute kind of interview here, and then we're going to do a continued conversation for a little bit longer. In a few days, that video will pop up, and if not, we'll have a link to the top and links down at the bottom, so you can check that out. Before we get carried away, though, Creaky, how can people buy this book? So we make sure that
Look,
that
probably
is
the
set.
best way to buy it at the moment is if you're in Australia, next week America, next week UK in store retail. That's the best way to do it for me. And I'm going to be greedy here because it goes into a counting system where they count how many books move. The next best way is Amazon and a website called Booktopia, and Booktopia is a lovely website in the fact that they use a lot of their profits to help get books to people who can't access books. So they're the other two. And then if you get really desperate, you just ring me, just hit me up. Just hit me up. I'll get you one.
If you're in the Melbourne area, he's got like 100 boxes full of books, so he'd be happy
Well,
to try to.
yeah.
get those
Well, I
off
think
him,
I posted
maybe.
off. I think I posted off over 15 last week from here. So yeah, and
Oh,
that's
that's
just
awesome.
people who
Cool.
they either want it signed. Yeah, a good friend of ours, Shyla Rose, great supporter of your show. She got a signed one, so one went that way.
Oh,
so
that's nice.
That's nice.
She's so
Yeah.
nice. She is like one of the salts of the earth kind of people.
special human.
Before
that
we, I think that I want to talk a little bit more about your background. Like for people that don't
Yeah.
know who you are, maybe just a quick summary of your background. Who are you? Who is
Well,
this
in the
Jonathan?
middle of 1973, my parents decided to get together on a cold night. No, I'll fast forward it.
Okay, all right.
I'll
Skip
fast
ahead a little
forward
bit.
But no, yeah, I was just born in Melbourne, grew up in Melbourne, middle class, nothing really too flash. We weren't, we weren't poor and we weren't rich. It was just a great Aussie lifestyle. But from an early age, probably the end of primary school onwards, I always wanted to be an investigator of some sort. That was what I wanted to be. And that led me to becoming a journalist. I became a news reporter on TV here in Australia, and spent nearly 20 years on TV as an investigative reporter, doing what I loved. Really, I really did. And the bit that I loved about it, I was probably on the worst show on TV, but as my mum says, I was the best reporter on the worst show on TV. So that sort of balanced that out. And between the stories that were a bit annoying, like how to save $10 at the supermarket and all that sort of stuff, were these stories where I could actually help people who'd fallen through the cracks. So people who had, were getting their house built, and the builder would run off with the money, but they didn't have enough money to take him to court to chase him, and they needed that help. And so what I really thrived on was the ability to A, tell their story in a way that was to attract as much attention as possible, but B, also to investigate ways to either find the builder and get the money back. So it was this really sweet balance of storytelling and investigation, and a little bit of aggro, foot in the door. Like, I was the type of reporter that used to get chased down the street and punched and that sort of stuff, or I'd chase people down the street. I wouldn't do the punching, but so it was quite a like a renegade gunslinger type lifestyle. Yeah. But in about 2009, when YouTube started to come through, I could see that along was coming a thing. The internet was coming, and it was becoming more mainstream, and that was through the fact that phones were getting better at data. So I'm talking days when I had a BlackBerry and you'd pay 20 cents a meg or something, but we could watch television on these things. And so when you're an investigative reporter and you're sitting out on a stakeout, you haven't got much to do if the guy's not coming out of his house. So you sit there and we're watching TV on our BlackBerries and chewing up the data. But what it also allowed people to do, the general public, was to take viewing from being a passive thing to being an interactive thing, and that was more stimulating. And so what we started to see was viral videos popping on places like YouTube, at the bottom of email chains. You used to get emails with, you'd scroll forever and ever and ever to get a video that was like this big, and you'd have to get right up next to it to try and even see what it was about. And if it was crap, you were really disappointed because you'd scroll forever to get to it. And so for me, I started to become really interested in this part of things, and it took me probably about 3 years of experimenting with the stories I was doing on TV by infusing things I'd seen that were popular on the internet into my TV stories without really my editors and the bosses knowing. And at the time, the station I was working for had a relationship with Yahoo, and Yahoo were not buying into video online at all. In fact, they were against it. They were all about written blogs. We'd pitched internet shows to them about football, all sorts of things. They didn't want a bar of it. And really? It was really hard for me to understand. It's like, well, TV's this thing, and we're just going to have it on the internet and allow people to interact. It's going to be better. But we couldn't get it through their heads, and so I started doing these little tricks and jokes. And I remember one day, one of the more famous sports presenters here, he and I were pretty good friends, and he said, "What are you going to do today?" And I said, "I'm going to the grand final, and I'm going to report on the car parks at the grand final." So it's a bit like the Super Bowl, where all the Yahoos are in the car park, and you get the colour of the day, and it's fun. And he goes, "I want to set you a challenge. I know you do those challenges because I read your Twitter." And I went, "Oh, okay, And he goes, "Yeah, I know what you're doing." He's going to set you a challenge today in your story, and it's only 1:10, so it's like, I don't know, 150 words. He goes, in those 150 words, I want you to name every one of the Spice Girls. And so I had to do this story about AFL Grand Final Day where I had to use Baby, Scary, Ginger, Posh, and whoever the other one was.
I'm not going to fall into that trap.
Sporty, right? Sporty, that was easy, right? That was the easy one. So we did that. So I did that, and then this guy afterwards sort of let it out what I was doing, and it sort of that popped off that story, and it got more views than it actually got on TV, and and it sort of that really was the seed that was, there's something here, there's something more to be done. We're sitting here in 2021, and it's like, it's natural. It's just what people do. Back then it wasn't. And so I started to investigate it. I started to look into it and say, well, here I am in a TV station worth, hundreds of millions of dollars. I've got a cameraman who's getting paid $100,000 a year with a $100,000 camera, and another guy with $1 million truck, which means I can send my pictures from anywhere. And I've got an editor who's been in the business for 20, 30 years who can help me tell better stories. There's no reason why I can't, get this stuff, get massive amounts of views. The ratings that come out, and our show would get about 1 million views a night in Australia, which is pretty good. They only got 20 million people in Australia, and we'll get about 1 million. But then there'd be some kid on the internet with his dad's Handycam, and he'd be getting 1 million. And I'm like, hold on a minute, I got all this money and all these resources, but this kid with the Handycam's getting the same amount of attention. What is it?
Yeah.
And that's where I started to, pull apart this whole, it's not about cameras, it's not about tech. As much as we all love tech, and I love tech, I'm a magpie for it. But it just was, what is this essence? And so I went searching for the one script fits all for viral success. So how do you make a viral video? Because I knew my main aim was that I was going to start a production company where all we did was just make viral videos. And I thought that would be an awesome way to live my life, just doing silly stuff, just being a bunch of mischief makers, making really cool videos.
Like Jackass?
Almost. Jackass, but getting paid by big brands to be Jackass. And that was, I started that business and we started having a crack at it. But what I learned is I was really missing an element. And so I went on this search, which I was going to give myself 6 months to find out, and it took probably 4 or 5 years. And the answer is in the book. Shameless plug.
Yeah.
Shameless plug.
Listen, let's get more into this book here in a second, but I want to learn a little bit more about you in a faster way, and we have this thing called Lightning Interview.
Lightning Interview.
Jonathan Creek, what is your favorite city, but not where you live?
Oh, Los Angeles.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Favorite most addicting phone game if you play one?
I don't play phone games.
No.
Not
Wow,
Candy
okay.
Crush like Danny.
No.
Well, even like Scott Davies didn't play. Man, maybe there's something to that. You're like writing a book. Jeez.
Too
Man.
busy.
Yeah.
How many cups of coffee do you drink per day?
0.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Great so far.
Superpower. What superpower do you want?
No, superpower do I want or superpower do I think I have?
Do you want?
Both. Give us both answers.
I do both.
Well, I'm told, and I believe it to be true, is I have an incredible ability of observation. Like I can see things as they're unfolding before they happen. And that was awesome as a journalist because I could just get out there and I could see what was going to happen. I knew which doors people were going to come out of.
So you're saying you can predict the future?
Almost. I can read things. I can read things better.
So what superpower do you want?
that I want?
Yeah.
I'd love to be able to fly.
That'd be good. What was your last meal?
My last meal was spinach quiche with salad.
Oh, okay. Nice and healthy.
Nice. Okay. Who would play you in a movie of your life?
Or who would play
What
me?
actor?
I'd really love it to be Adam Sandler.
Okay.
I can kind of see that. By the way, I have to just say this. You guys talked about who is it? The other guy, Roman? No, Atkinson or whatever.
Rowan
Rowan
Atkinson.
Rowan Atkins.
Yeah.
So that's what Scott Davies said, and I thought I knew who that was. But if you Google Rowan Atkins,
Mr. Bean.
yeah, but
Isn't
you
it
Google
Mr. Bean?
Some other guy came up, and he was all over it, and I was like, well, I guess that kind of looks more like Scott Davies, and so I put his picture up on the other episode, which not a lot of people watched because people don't know about our continued conversations yet, but they will. Dogs or cats?
Dogs. I have 2 cats, 1 dog, but dogs.
Okay.
Last song
Two-
you had
two-
on repeat.
Last song I had on repeat was actually a YouTube video of the girl singing Dreams by Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, okay.
So a girl called Lainey Gardner
Yeah,
who did a
I-
cover of it, and I actually
know-
reckon she did it better.
Yeah,
Right.
I've seen that one. That's
I'll have to
really
check
good.
it out.
Okay, texting or talking?
Depends what scenario.
Just if you had to give
Choose
up
your
one
tools.
or the other, you have to pick. Doesn't matter scenario.
If I had to give up one, I'd
Yep.
give up texting. I love human connection.
Okay. All right. Good.
Okay.
Good answer.
If you could revive any singer for a concert, who would it be?
I could revive any singer from a concert. I'd try and revive the band Men Without Hats, but I don't know if they're dead, but their career certainly is.
Just revive the actual band.
Yeah, I'm sure they're on life support somewhere. They need it. They need to
All
come
right.
back.
Cool. Well, there we
And
go.
just
We got
for
to
one
know-
song too.
Yeah, we got to know. Wait, which song? Which song?
Safety Dance.
Okay. just making sure. All right. Well, there we go. We got to know Creaky just a little bit more.
Lightning interview.
By the way, I'm halfway through your book now, and I'm getting to the part where I get all the information on how to make a video go viral. But
Yeah.
I do have a question.
Sure.
You haven't made a video go viral, have you? Have you made a video go viral?
Yeah, I've made a fair few videos go viral, particularly working with brands and making theirs go viral. If you're talking about me and my YouTube channel, it's really a case
Yeah.
of listen to what I say, do what I say, don't do what I do.
Yeah.
A lot of people liken it to a plumber always has the worst plumbing. And it really is. It really is. And I get this question a lot. And, you know,
Sorry, that's funny. That's good.
even if you do, even if you do work off this book and this book can drive business and money, I'm at heart, I'm a magpie. I'm easily distracted by things. So, yeah, I'll sit down and I want to do YouTube. I love YouTube, but it's not what I love. What I love to do is to teach people what I know. And I've done that since I was a kid. Go out, get information, and transfer it. Creating is part of my love, but I did it for 20 years and got paid good money to do it. So, yeah, I'll make YouTube videos and Facebook videos and that sort of stuff when I feel like I want to.
Yeah.
But in terms of have I made viral videos, yeah, I've got many brands where I've made videos outperform any other videos they've had at companies. You're talking 300% increases. You're talking 2, 3, 4, 5 million views on campaigns. And a lot of people, I think they get romanced by views too. If I go and get I'd love to have a viral video. I'd love to work at it. It does take work. YouTube takes work.
Yeah.
But, if I've got a business that I'm running at the moment and say my model is that I get 100 prospects out of 1,000 views. If I go and then make a video that gets me 1 million views, what does it do? Not that I'm not aiming for 1 million views. Every time you make a video, you should be aiming to get as many views as you can. That's 100%. But it's not my core focus. I love to teach. And people say to me, well, why don't you go be a teacher? Well, it's because I love to teach what I know, not what other people want me to teach people to know. You know what I mean? So I love the movement of people. I love the movement and the power of the internet. This whole GameStop situation with short hedging and
I love that.
like I'm addicted to that because it's people being disruptive and moving. And this book is teaching people to be disruptive too. It's how to think about yourself as a brand and your story, and then the steps you have to get through to have a shot at making the kind of video that goes viral. And that it teaches you that path.
I think there's obviously, I can't wait for the book to come because I'm excited to see
It's
what
good.
kind of
It's
advice
really
and
good.
what I can learn from it, because from my point of view, I'm terrible at making videos for other people and to try and get the views. I think I make videos because I love the process and the creativity of it and the actual making the video. But I think we all need to get better at actually making a video to get views. Both Danny as well, because that's what we're trying to get better at, isn't it? We're trying to grow and gain
absolutely.
views. So, yeah, I'm interested to read it to see what I can learn from it, definitely.
I mean, look, and the game changes across platforms too. So, if you go through the book, the first, there's 5 steps. I won't get right into them, but there's 5 steps. The first 2 steps really are working on yourself, working out, whether you like it or not, you are your own brand, and connected to your brand is the story that you tell. That's how you stay true to it. So that's the work, and a lot of people, they get romanced by what other people are doing. They look at other creators and say,
Yeah.
"Oh man, he's gone and made a viral video, so now I'm going to go do that exact same thing, and my video is going to go viral." It doesn't work that way because you're you. Yeah, you got to do you. Everyone else is taken, so you got to work out yourself. Then the next steps is storytelling, and storytelling is, it's complicated on digital. A lot more complicated than in the movies. In the movies, there's people are sitting there and they've paid a good amount of money to sit there, so they're not going to leave. So you don't have to be as on edge. Social media, they can exit in a second. So there's things you got to ramp up to keep their attention long enough to then trigger the action, because that's what it is. There's a switch in your brain that when you get to a certain emotional connection, it instinctively switches. Now, what I studied most of my time, the bulk of my time, was to work out this switch that's in your brain that makes you cry when people die in the movies, even though they're actors, or makes you laugh, or makes you click like or leave a comment or share. It's the same switch. Right. A lot of my focus was, how do we manipulate the switch to trigger the action that we want, which for a business person, a lot of small businesses, how do we get people to buy? We can get them to like, we can get them to comment, we can even sometimes get them to share, but how do we trigger people to buy? And it's the psychology of it.
Get them invested in you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen. We're gonna do more about the book and the process as well, plus some random thoughts and some fun stuff. We're gonna do that all in a continued conversation. So that comes out in 3 days. So make sure you subscribe, click the bell. If you're listening on the podcast, you got to come over to YouTube to watch it. Maybe we should. I don't know. Should we add these to the podcast? That'll be a conversation for another time. Add these to like Spotify and Apple. The continued conversation is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for being here, Creaky.
Thanks for having me.
Really,
Thanks,
this
man.
is awesome. I'm so excited to keep
fascinating.
going on this. It's very, very cool. And you wrote a book, man. That's so cool.
Yeah. Hard
Blows
yards.
my
All
mind,
right.
that does. I'm like, whew.
Yeah. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more Danny and Xander fun.
Commercial break.
All right, so big headphones are extremely necessary in a creative environment. Wireless is cool, but sometimes you need that zero latency in a quality headphone. If you're podcasting, editing videos, editing music, playing music, these are really, really perfect for that. You will see me using these for all of my music streams because they're fantastic and they're very comfortable on your head. Best of all is you're not spending a crazy amount of money to have this kind of quality. It's the Audio-Technica ATH M20X. Just click the link in the description and it will take you to the Amazon affiliate and you can get more information there. I recommend them. I've been using them for over a year now. Super comfortable, super reliable. So if you're looking for new headphones, make sure you check these ones out. They're awesome. You won't regret it. All right, let's get back to it. All right, we're back. That was a great conversation with Creaky, but also how cool are these headphones, huh?
Very
Yeah.
cool. Very cool. Liking those.
Check that
Links
out.
in the
Yeah.
description.
Links in the description for Gord. So by the way, how is your New Year's resolutions going?
Yeah, really well. I had a bit of a blip last week. I didn't do it last weekend, Monday, Tuesday. I didn't do it 4 days, but I got back on the wagon. So I've missed 4 days out of the month, which isn't too bad.
That's good. You know what? I have been crap with my resolutions.
Crap.
And here's the thing. My wife laughs at me when I tell her this. I love February, and this just this February. I love any month that starts on a Monday. I feel like that is always
Okay.
my this is where I can just
Let's elaborate on
this
that.
is where I'll start. Okay, so like you can start. Okay, like tomorrow. We're recording this. If you watch this afterwards, then you know. So Monday is the 1st of February.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like you've had your weekend, and it's like okay, that starts. I'm going to start my diet. I'm going to start the workout.
Yeah.
4 weeks, especially because it's 28 days. So it's like no alcohol, just going to be drinking water.
Right.
I'm going to just have a cleanse
Yep.
for 4 weeks. It's perfect. And so whenever a month starts on a Monday, I just have that motivation. I'm like,
Okay.
it's just like that. Do you get what you don't understand? what
I
I'm talking
understand, but it's like a little bit like making an excuse
It's always making an excuse.
It's no different to any other month.
But
you
this
can-
is the
you could have
best
started.
excuse. No, I couldn't have started. It's been crazy. We've had people visiting. You don't know what it's like when life is normal.
Yeah, that's right. You forget. I've forgotten what life's like. Yeah, it's crazy. I can understand.
Nah.
Yeah. I know
But
what you
guess
mean.
what? Even better. That means March is going to be on a Monday too, because of the
okay.
way that it works. So
Right.
there we go. Wait, does that mean I can just fudge my way through February?
Yeah,
Well, start in
yeah,
March.
see, yeah, definitely.
Crap.
Yeah, but
Anyway,
I mean,
yeah, I did want to ask you a question
Yeah.
about home automation, because I really want to start getting into it, and I don't know where to begin.
Okay.
I feel like this could be a big thing for people listening. They maybe they're in the same boat as me. I don't know,
Mm.
but where do you start, and which one do you go? Which one's best?
oh man, there's the trouble is with it now. There's so much out there to choose from. When it comes to voice recognition, you got Alexa, you got Google.
Yeah.
Sorry to all those people, your Alexas have just gone off, but you got Siri
'Cause
now. The new HomePods look really cool. The HomePod Mini look really cool. If I was starting now and money wasn't an object, I'd go with the HomePod Mini. I think they're just
Really?
the sound quality is supposed to be exceptional.
See, now I'm not sure if I care about the speakers that much,
Right.
because we have a bunch of speakers. We don't really use that often as far as like listening to music on.
Yeah.
Maybe that would change though if you could just be like, hey, play this playlist, and it just does it without having to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
connect
mean,
it. I don't know.
From somebody who's used, we've had Alexas in the house from day one when they first came out. So the two things we use them for religiously are controlling the lights in the house and playing music.
Yeah.
So I'd go for something.
That's what I
that
would want.
was-
Is
yeah.
is the lights? I think lights, at least for now.
Yeah.
But is that a good way to go? Apple for
I think
lights?
so, because everything is compatible with everything now, so it doesn't
okay.
really matter. It is down to your budget really. Alexas are more they're on the cheaper end when it comes to the speakers.
But with Alexa, couldn't I be like, hey Alexa, buy that thing from Amazon?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
can you do that? Really?
Yeah, definitely. You can add stuff to your shopping basket and add
See,
notes. All
I've
sorts.
seen Alexas, yeah, or Google. It's tricky. I feel like I'd go. I don't know if I'd go Apple, because I feel like they've kind of came into it later, so it's like they're
Yeah.
kind of behind,
Yeah.
like everyone else is. And there's so much more you can do with Google or Alexa as far as
Yeah.
connecting with like certain apps. I don't know, actually. I don't know.
Well, we've
What
got
do you
Alexas.
have?
We love Alexas. And on the Black Fridays, they have so many good deals on Black Fridays or on the.
Now, when you say Alexas, like, are these little speakers, or like you mean lights? Like,
I know just the
I
speakers.
pretend like I'm an idiot, because I really don't know.
So just for speakers and the you need an Alexa or a Google Home to control the lights. So you need one
Okay.
of these to control your devices around the house. You
Okay.
can do it.
So that
with-
connects to your network.
Well, you don't actually
and then
need it.
your
You
lights.
you can control the devices through an app, but if you want to do it voice automated, you need
Yeah,
an Alexa
voice.
or a Google. As far as lights go, Philips Hue are sort of the standard for home
Yeah.
for like lights. They are on the expensive side, so there are other brands like Life, I think it's Life or LifeX, or there's other brands out there cheaper. But Hue lights, if you're going to start, I'd recommend starting with sort of a Hue light bundle that comes with the hub, and that connects to your
Okay.
home. That connects to either your Alexa or your Google Home or whatever you've got, and you can control your lights through your voice. I really like. If I was going to recommend one, I like the strip lights. We have our Hue strip lights that go around like the backs of tellies, TVs. That
Can't
look
you
really
get
cool.
like plugs? So like, if I already have lights,
Yeah.
like I think I'd probably start in my office and just try to
Yeah.
voice command as much stuff as possible.
Yeah.
Would you just get like those plugs or something?
Yeah, you can get Alexa plugs that are smart, and you can plug like a lamp into that, and it turns the plug on and off.
And then you call it a name or something, and
Yeah.
then you can just say that.
Yeah.
That's good. I would love to know it too. If anybody's listening to this, if you're listening on a podcast, obviously don't write anything, but come over to YouTube later and let me know if you have a system. I would love to know. We'll read it next week because I'm really, really interested in going down this path. And that's kind of always been a dream of mine now that we've kind of settled down into a place.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm happy with my office. I don't change it every 5 seconds, kind of. And it's hard not to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
it's so fun to move around your stuff.
Definitely.
But yeah, I can't wait to get more into the home automation. So
Yeah.
yeah, what in the Ring doorbell?
Yeah, we've got Ring doorbell as well. That's really cool because you can set it up so it comes on your TV as well. So if you're sitting in the lounge and somebody's at your door, you can say, Alexa, show me the front door, and it comes up on the telly so you can see the camera.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. That's Alexa. You can do that.
That's Alexa, yeah. But yeah, there's just so many options. You've got to do your research, what suits you, what your needs are. You can control your heating with different ones. You can get it hooked up to your heating
Dude,
system.
I need to get into that. It'd be so fun to walk into my office and be like Alexa,
Turn
like,
on the air conditioning.
editing lights, or editing room, or what do you would say, like
Yeah, you can
editing
say
atmosphere, and it's just
turn
like
the lights on for my editing mood, or turn on studio lights for filming mood.
that'd be so cool. How
Yeah.
cool would that be?
That'd be
That'd be
awesome.
like, what is it? Make art now, guy.
Yeah, he's got.
He hasn't done anything in a while, has he?
No.
What happened to him?
I feel like he's just one of those that just makes a video every now and again. But a lot of these people that are really talented like that have their own businesses. They film.
That's true. He
movies
probably
and
got really big in that,
adverts
and
and
then now he's
stuff.
doing all these other companies'
Yeah.
videos. So I guess that's true. That's a good
Yeah.
good thing. Now listen, before we go any further, because we don't want this to be too long of a video since we had a guest, and we have the continued conversation, so make sure you check that out on Friday. Last continued conversation we had, there was like 35 views. I feel like, I don't know why. Was it because it was scheduled, or like something was different? Is
Yeah.
it still unlisted? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it's just us that's put the views on it. But I mean, all the other normal episodes like this one have like hundreds and hundreds of views. Like
Yeah.
we've got 500 views
And
on last week's
podcast
episode.
view. Listen, yeah, we'll
Yeah.
have to figure that out. So make sure you check that out. Continued conversation with Jonathan Creek,
Yeah.
which is just a very fun conversation. We do random thoughts as well, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And it's time for tip of the week.
Oh, okay.
Tip of the week.
Tip of the week is customizing apps. It's kind of hard to explain because it's quite a complicated process. I'm going to do a short on my main channel about this, but you can customize your icons and your home screen using shortcuts. I don't know if lots of people don't even know you've got shortcuts on your actual iPhone. If you go into your iPhone home, Danny can check while I'm talking about it. The Shortcuts app is something that's new and been introduced recently. There it is.
Shortcuts.
There it is. And you can customize different controls. So you can.
Whoa, this is cool.
Yeah.
Just that should be your tip right there. Just go to shortcuts.
Just
and
go to
look around.
Shortcuts. There's different ones, and you can customize your home screen to be how you want it to look like. So, like the Android used to do back in the day, you could customize your home screen, but you can add different icons for different apps. You can control multiple actions in one click of a button. Just go there and have a explore with it. It is good. You can do all sorts of stuff
This
with
is
it.
cool. I feel like Owen Wilson. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, you know what? Actually, Emma, my wife, she just did this. She bought something.
Yeah.
I think Whiskey just opened that door.
I did.
He's like a raptor from Jurassic Park. She bought this from Etsy or something like that. It was a bunch of app icons, and it's like
Yeah.
this look, and then she could go through and she can change each icon. It's like just
Yeah.
basically a shortcut of the app.
Yeah.
Is what it is, and then you take that app and put
That's
it in
it,
like a
yeah.
folder way
Yeah.
down. So that way when she opens her phone, it's like it looks all kind of nice and
Yeah.
cool. So that's a cool tip. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm interested in checking that out.
Definitely.
We could have Tech is Hard icons. We can make our own.
I've actually done it. It takes quite a long time though, but if I can show you.
If
I've
I
gone-
can show you, it sounded like you said the swear word there. If I can show you,
You can't see it because
no,
no
you can't, yeah.
autofocus. But
Yeah.
I've customized all the different icons on my home screen that I use all the time.
Okay.
But yeah, it's fun. You can just go and explore with it and see what you can create.
Okay. You ready for mine?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, hey. Oh, Emma. Perfect timing. Here's Emma's. So this is what she did to hers.
Oh, that's
Look
awesome.
at
Yeah.
that.
I like
guess
all
it's just
the,
on front one.
The widgets as well now that Apple have just introduced. I think they're
Yeah,
really cool.
like, I know it's so funny how
Yeah.
far behind it is. There you go. Thanks, Em.
Thanks, Em.
Jeez. Remember, that reminds me of that viral video where that child breaks into the guy talking.
Yeah,
like
and
he's
the
on this
nanny
thing,
runs
then
in
the
and tried to grab him.
That's too
Yeah,
funny.
it was
Okay.
great.
So mine is called iPhone. I didn't mean to do iPhone, two iPhones in one thing, but did you know that you can swipe text? Did you know this?
Yes. This is one
You
thing
did
I
know this.
do
Okay.
know, yeah.
You do know this. Well, like I was sitting on my bed one time and like, typing and it's just like annoying to like push it. Like
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
like, whatever, like maybe it's just hard to reach. I don't know. But then I started just swiping and like basically you can like type your things out by just swiping on your keyboard. So if it was like, I don't know. I'm swiping some random stuff. I hope I
Yeah.
don't write anything bad. And it's really accurate. So like I said, curb guard dad. Okay. So like if I was to say like if I was to write like, hey Xander, what time tonight? And I was just like, doom.
Yeah, you just swipe to the letters that you want to touch. Yeah, I know. Yeah,
And
it's
like
great.
it's just that, and it knows.
Yeah.
Like it's really quick.
Yeah.
So if you're using an iPhone, now listen. Samsung users are going to be like, this is
But we could do this. We could do this in 2010, man.
Got it. It's a different thing. It's okay. Be happy for us. We just got it. Or
Yeah.
actually, it's been there for a while. I know that. But a lot of people don't know it. Just like Xander didn't know the space button.
Oh my god, that blew my mind. That one. I was like, what?
Dude, have you been using it
Every day. Every day.
every day? I can't believe
So-
you didn't know that. That's so
I was
funny.
just-
I
But
love
also,
that.
along with the swiping, I do use dictation a lot, and it's 9 times out of 10 it's pretty good as well. The actual voice dictation. So, like,
Yeah.
if I'm driving and you text me, Danny, I use that all the time.
Okay. That's why some of the things you say are really weird.
Weird. Yeah.
Yeah, really weird. No, I've tried dictation. Actually, I use dictation sometimes, but I feel like, especially if you're driving, I feel like it's even more dangerous because you're like, you say it and then it's like, wait, this wasn't right. And I got to go fix that one thing. And
Oh, just
like
send
that.
it. You just send it. Just send it.
Just send it. Just whatever. Good to know. Good to know. I'll remember that. Anyways, that's our tips of the week.
Tip of the week.
All right, cool. There we go, man.
Very
That's
nice.
episode 4 done and dusted. I'm
Yeah.
pumped, man.
That was fun
This
again,
is
man.
good. This
It's
is
so good.
dude,
We've got to
this-
do more.
They go
We're
by
going to start
too
doing
fast.
2 episodes a week.
Dude, whenever that happens, I don't know when that will happen, but maybe next season. Maybe that's
Yeah.
going to be a thing.
Maybe.
Who knows? We'll see how well these go. So
Definitely.
I do enjoy this. It's very fun. And
It's good.
looking forward to what we have next. We have, next week we have more fun stuff.
More
Just-
tech
just the
stuff
two of
for a
us.
start.
Just the two of us. What are we talking about next week? Oh, we're going to talk about 20 big mistakes new YouTubers make. That's one of the things we're going to talk about.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Maybe not 20. I don't know. I just put a number there. Then the next week on Valentine's Day, we're recording this. Gina Walters is going to be with us, and we're going to talk about her new podcast.
Nice.
It's actually great, and it's going to be fun. She's always great to listen to
Yep.
and have as a guest.
Gina's going to have lots of fun.
All right, let's wrap this up because
Cool.
we got to go. All right. Have a good, productive week, everybody, and we'll see you on the next one and continued conversation coming up in a
Take
couple
it
days.
easy. See you soon.
Tech it easy.